and Noreen, things out here still remain relatively calm. We're along Main Street and South Boston Road. Just over my shoulder here, you can see this protest that's been taking place since about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Currently on each corner of the intersection, there are a number of people holding up signs and chanting to passerbys. Getting an RV can be considered home away from home, but with rising cases of coronavirus, many are finding RVs just like this one an alternative to a hotel room, and it's keeping local dealerships busy. All this is a little bit complicated, but local business owner Ray Reynolds claims that his name came up on a Black Lives Matter page on Facebook, calling him racist because of his support of President Donald Trump. Tonight, 487 people have tested positive for COVID-19 in the Danville, Pennsylvania County Health District. Before the month started, the number was only 208. Non-essential businesses like these here in Danville will begin to reopen on Friday with restrictions. But hop in the car and drive just 30 minutes south to Greensboro, North Carolina, where Phase 1 began last Friday, allowing non-essential businesses to reopen, packing shopping centers just like this. Things are very quiet now here along Vanna Avenue, but nearly 24 hours ago, deputies found the bodies of those 3 individuals in this home just behind me. Mark and Danner, the governor, spent much of his time here speaking about economic growth along the south side. The president is upset over Goodyear's zero-tolerance diversity policy. The policy says that anything with his campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," is not allowed. Here are the options. Students will come to school 2 days a week. The first option is students come on Monday and Tuesdays or on Wednesday and Thursdays. Option 2 would be students coming to school every other day. This would be Monday and Wednesday or on Tuesday and Thursday. On Fridays, all students will learn from home. This will enable schools to be cleaned and sanitized. And there is a third option, where students learn 100% from home. This is what the Riverwalk Trail looked like nearly 2 years ago. And this is what it looks like today. This brand new $500,000 bridge was recently installed following Tropical Storm Michael. And that's not the only change you'll notice. Yeah, today's announcement is the largest economic announcement in Danville history. If it's approved, the new casino could be located here behind me at the former Dan River Mills Industrial Complex. Skies were cloudy, but there was no rain falling here in South Boston. But yesterday, things looked much different. Inside this Badcock furniture store, 19 inches of water filled the store, causing damage to the property and the inventory. Residents have been working throughout the day to clean up messes just like this. But for the woman who lives in this home behind me, she's just grateful to still be here. Debris large and small litters Elizabeth Bowman's property in Bassett. Last night, fast-moving waters trapped her and her son inside her home.
I told my son, I said, gosh, the water's coming down the road. I said, it's going to come in the house. And I cut the TV and cut the computer off and went in the dining room, and I could see it coming in, and I climbed up on top of the table.
Bowman called 911.
And I remember the guy telling me his name was Brian. He was on the Bassett Rescue Squad. I just remember him picking me up and carrying me through the water and putting me in a boat.
Now that the water has gone down, Bowman can really see the extent of the damage.
I couldn't go in the house.
A lot of things happen in these rooms, and it's just crazy to see this much damage.
Elizabeth Bowman's granddaughter, Amanda, took us inside. Several inches of mud covers the floor. Furniture is in disarray, and there is lingering evidence of how deep the water was.
Like the mirror and everything, I mean, it completely collapsed. And like the quilts on the bed, they're, you know, muddy now. Like, ooh, it sends chills down my spine.
Something Elizabeth Bowman spent a lifetime building, destroyed in a matter of minutes.
I just thank everybody for everything. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Bowman's son and daughter-in-law live just next door with a 1-year-old infant. They were able to get out safely as well, but their home is heavily damaged. Reporting in Bassett, Daniel Cruz, ABC 13 News. The weather getting nicer by the day. It may have you thinking about a vacation with the family, but that has resorts working overtime to keep you and your family safe and healthy.
You know, we're used to hurricanes, and this made a hurricane look like a sneeze.
Barb Crum is the marketing director for Ocean Lakes Family Campground in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Coronavirus forced their campground to shut down to visitors in March, but now the 310-acre resort is fully operational with many added precautions.
Just going above and beyond to make those extra efforts, keeping our facilities clean constantly, putting up the shields that you see everywhere now, the plexiglass shields.
One advantage resorts like Ocean Lakes say they have on their side is they are an outdoor resort. Whether guests stay in a house or a camper, they have their own space, allowing for ample social distancing.
There's a joke in the industry that camping is the original social distancing because you're in a contained unit. Even if you're in a cabin or you rent a house, you're not in a hallway, a lobby, an elevator.
A lot of people want to either camp out, that's great, with their own stuff, or they want to stay in a hotel or a motel.
Dr. Scott Spillman with the Virginia Department of Health says you can vacation even out of state. Just remember,
keep your hand sanitizer with you, wash your hands. If you go to the beach, keep your distances. Pools, you don't want too many folks in the pool at a time.
As for resorts, even with their precautions, Crum says it's up to everyone to help put the brakes on COVID-19.
Everybody feels differently. Some people are a little more laid back about it, and some people are extremely concerned about it. And I think it's, what we all need today is respect for each other, right? And consideration.
All right, take a look at this video captured by our Sky 13. Floodwaters in Danville have continued to rise throughout the day.
Yeah, but the rain has stopped, and that led many outside to take pictures. ABC 13's Daniel Cruz joins us live from Danville, where people showed up just to take in the view. Daniel.
Yeah, Mark and Dana, it is truly a sight to see. I'm going to step aside and show you what things look like right now. As you can see, the Dan River here is still very active, and the water is continuing to rise. The Main Street Bridge off in the distance there. Cotton at Riverside Mill is just beside the Dan River here adjacent, and they are currently taking on water as well. Luckily, this has not impacted homes or prompted any evacuations for our part of the area, so many couldn't resist the urge to come here and see how powerful Mother Nature can really be. At 26 feet, the rushing Dan River jumped its banks and has started spreading. That has forced city crews to close a number of roadways. But for some people, this was a Kodak moment.
We knew the river was up high, so we came to take a look at it.
Tom Delaney lives in Lynchburg. His son lives here in Danville, and they drove out to see the floodwaters here in February. They say this is nearly identical.
I feel bad if it inconveniences people or causes people problems, but it's just something to behold to come out here and see it happen.
I think the one in February is still a bit worse than this one.
Petra Fitzgerald and her mother brought her two daughters out to see the river today. She took this opportunity to teach her daughters how to be safe around swift-moving water.
It was just tiny, and now it's high.
All have taken this opportunity to document the high water levels in their own way, but they know how dangerous this water can really be.
The power is so impressive, and seeing the big branches and the tree trunks just being tossed about is pretty impressive.
Everyone we spoke with today respects the power of Mother Nature, especially when it comes to floodwaters like these. There are still several roads closed here in Danville, including a portion of River Street and Memorial Drive. Those roads may be closed for some time. The river itself is continuing to rise still at this point, expected to crest tonight, and will start to subside over the weekend. Reporting live in Danville, Daniel Cruz, ABC 13 News.